Alright, good morning, beautiful people. We survived day one. It's morning. So we got to camp last night and had to set up kind of quickly. We were kind of moving a little slow, so I didn't film anything. Pretty sore, pretty beaten up. It's been a little chilly last night. It's a little cold this morning. Making our morning coffee. So we are at just before Ramona Falls right now. Maybe. I thought there was a privy somewhere at one of these campsites too. So we're right by Cloud Cap is Cloud Cap. The saddle campground there is 27.5, so 17.9 miles ahead. Otherwise, there is, yeah, it's like 17. That's at mile 26. So we're trying to get to basically near Ogan Falls. Near there, yeah, probably like just before, like we did Ramona. So that's 12.5. There's a campground 12.4 and 12.5. There's water at 12.3, so I would imagine it's probably just like this. Otherwise, what I prefer not to do so there's a shelter, the Cairn Basin shelter, which is 9.9. Yeah, I'd probably say it's 45 degrees. So the goal today is to hit 12.5 and stop at near Ogan Falls. That's the goal. Yeah, but we had like serious river crossings, bro. We took a lot of breaks. We stopped to like, because that fucking mountain was like everywhere. It was a slow pace in the beginning, but we did a lot of ascent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't start going on declines until the end. So, I mean, we're basically, if we do the 12.5 today, so we'll be back up at 5,400 feet in elevation. We're ascending 4,200 feet, but we have descends of 2,000. I think today might be a little easier. And it does seem, kind of from where we're at right now, at least for this first portion of the morning, is a lot of foresty shit, which seems to be pretty easier. We're kind of down by like the base, so there's some foresty shit with like, looks like a little bit of some of that mountain, but really a lot of foresty shit. Maybe a river crossing. This looks like it might be a river after the Cairn Basin shelter. I can't tell. There's another water thing. I can't tell what the fuck this is. But dude, I mean, look at like some of the shit we were crossing too. I mean, we were on the fucking ridges. You know what I mean? And like we took that super slow. That skews me out. I've never done that.
The one over
That one real. Oof, that was sketch, bro. Like it was nice because it was like almost like thick sand, like you were on a beach, but at the same time, because it kind of kept your foot, but it's like I still almost felt like if I slipped, like that could have. But yeah, shit like that, you know, I don't know. I mean, probably a more experienced hiker would just be crushing through that. Or me, like that skews me out.
That guy was going opposite way of us.
Yeah, he ran that thing. Yeah, just down. You want to? Yeah, it's that way. But I went up here and then went up. Let's go check out some shit. So I had to use the toilet last night, and I had to dig a cat hole in the middle of the night, and that was super skeevy. But yeah, I went down a little ways and up, and I found this huge campsite, and it would have been perfect. So I'll show you guys the tents here, and then take a little walk. Alright, so there's my Lanshan 2, and I got like serious pack explosion going on in the middle of it. Left a couple of stakes at home, which was kind of a mistake, and then the ground is not very solid, so I had to use some rocks to block those stakes in a couple different spots. And then Justin has his stuff on the outside of the tent, and he's using a Mountain Hardware one-person tent. Yeah, so kind of came in over here, and it's cool because there's water right here. There's a little creek, so we got to fill up water right down there, which is super convenient, so easy. It was nice. And then there's another campground, little camp spot right there. There's somebody. Did you go up it?
Yeah, there's actually people
on the far side.
On the far,
yeah. But it's kind of big.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's our little camp spot. So just gonna finish coffee. You eating breakfast today, or?
I should, yeah. I didn't get much last night. I could not fucking stomach that beef stroganoff. I don't know why.
Really?
It wasn't the beef stroganoff. I just wasn't hungry.
Just your stomach?
My stomach was fucking with me.
How's your body feel? Are you sore?
Yeah, I just feel really tired though. Like I feel like I fucking need to lay down.
Yeah, it was grueling. It was a grueling first day. My muscles are definitely sore. Shoulders are sore. It's gonna be fun putting that pack on this morning. We can do it. We can push on. All right, well, hopefully Mike is going, I don't know.
So it's 10 a.m. Hoping to get out by 9.
I was hoping to be out by 7.
That's not good. I don't know. There's no way we could get out by 7 because it's fucking pitch dark until 7. Unless we're like making breakfast and packing up. Oh shit, man. My stomach is not right, dude.
Alright, well, we had to pause. The gimbal twacked out on me already within the first 5 minutes. So, like I said, the thing got a lot of water damage. Filming a bunch of stuff over the last year and a half. And yeah, I was debating whether or not to bring it to begin with, and I shouldn't have. I brought it last minute because I wanted to set it up on like the monopod, kind of do some imitation drone style shots. I knew better than to bring it, so it's like an extra pound that I'm carrying on my back. But kind of a good thing that happened anyway, because it made us stop and then kind of realize we weren't following the trail the right way. So we kind of jumped off trail coming to this campsite, and we kind of forgot that this morning. So we got to backtrack, not far, a couple hundred feet, and then jump back on trail that way. So, you know, kind of a good thing that we had a tech issue. But anyway, onward bound. Super late start this morning, so that part sucks, but whatever, it is what it is. We're trying to push out 12.5 today. It's gonna be rough. So JK is kind of a beginner hiker, first time ever doing something like this, so he's not used to it. 9.6 struggle for both of us, but he said he was definitely struggling. I thought he did fucking great though, but whatever. Anyway, all right, here we go. A lot of shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's probably
All right, well, this might be a little shaky video, but had a little emergency on the trail. I'm running solo right now. JK had to bail. So, kind of last night, when we were getting probably, about 2 miles away from camp, he was kind of struggling. Kind of chalked it up to, just doing 9.6. This is his first big hike. So it was a long day, kind of grueling. Yeah, we were just beat. The trail kind of kicked my ass yesterday too. And this morning, we woke up probably around 7, I want to say it was. And very, very slow moving. He wasn't doing good. Kind of coughing a lot, breathing weird. And we didn't leave camp until 10, so same kind of start time that we had yesterday. So I was kind of like, man, dude, I really kind of wanted to be out of camp by 7, 8 at the absolute latest, because we had to crush 12.5 today. So I was like, shit, this is a really long day, and it gets dark, sunset at 7, super dark up here by 8. So I'm like, all right, we're not going to be able to do 12.5. It's not going to happen. And finally left camp about 10, a couple minutes after, and I don't know, we got 100 feet down the trail, and right where I said oh, the gimbal's freaking out, and we kind of veered off trail anyway, the wrong way, which wasn't bad. It was a couple 100 feet, no big deal. But yeah, and then when we kind of bounced back on the right trail, he's like, dude, I gotta stop, I'm sorry. And dropped the pack. It's just hacking, just not doing good, did not look good. And ended up throwing up. Kind of gave it a little bit. I was like, all right, just fucking struggling, dude, but Like, I don't know if I can do this. So, you know, I'm like, all right, well, you know, don't think about it. Like, you know, maybe you're just sore, you know, beat up from yesterday. Like, don't focus on 12.5. If we got to stop early, we will. Like, don't worry, you know. Put the backpack on, walked about 10 feet, literally dropped the pack. He's like, I can't fucking drop the pack. Threw up again. Really did not look good. And then, yeah, tried that one more time. Put the pack back on. 10 feet later, dropped it again. So we get to the falls. Like, we seen a sign for the parking lot. He was trying to press on. We get to the falls, which was like 0.3 from where we camped, and just immediate, like, dropped the pack, puked a whole bunch, and he was like, dude, that's it, I'm done, I gotta bail, I can't do this. So, you know, we're kind of like going through, like, you know, what are the symptoms, like, what's going on? And as soon as he said, like, my equilibrium is off, like, I immediately knew it was elevation issues. So he was suffering from altitude sickness, and yeah, so just not good at all. So, you know, I mean, he felt bad, right? Like, he didn't want to let me down. He really wanted to do this trail with me, but, you know, at that point, it's about safety. Like, no trail's worth your health. And he, like, went from stage 1 to stage 2 of altitude sickness very, very quick. And going further in that, like, you start having some organ issues, and then after that, it's like death. So it was bad. It was not good at all. I keep looking behind me because there's mountain lions over here, and I'm by myself now. So it's I really wasn't worried about animals being with another person, but now I'm a little worried. But I don't know, I guess if they didn't get me in Cali, hopefully we'll be all right. But, you know, they are around. So yeah, so we ended up going back to the sign that we saw for the parking lot at Ramona Falls, and I'm not sure the distance, but it's around 4 miles from where we were to the parking lot. So I hiked down with him down that. That was a little grueling because it was a lot of sun exposure, so that part sucked. We had to cross the river again, and then I dropped a lot of weight out of my bag, so I ended up giving him a bunch of stuff. Still heavy. I wish I could drop more, but yeah, and then just asking, like, everybody that was leaving if they would be cool enough to, like, give him a ride down to where he could get service, so he could text, you know, his family. And like, nobody wanted to help. So, you know, we found a couple people that were cool with, like, sending a text message for him. So we gave the number out to a couple people, and then finally we found somebody that was willing to take him down to where, you know, somewhere relatively safe, where he would have cell service, be able to text his family, and just kind of wait for them to pick him up. He was feeling better because, like, we kind of went down a little bit in elevation, so he was feeling a little bit better. Not as fucked up as he looked when we were by Ramona. So yeah, I ended up, like, shedding a bunch of weight, some shit that I just kind of only brought just because, like, it was going to be him and I, and we were supposed to be kind of spending, like, a decent amount of time at camp, which didn't happen, and I don't think it would have. It was taking us a long time to hike. So yeah, so then we kind of parted ways. Somebody gave him a ride down. I still have no cell service. Oof. And kind of hoping that changes. But then I had to hike back, so roughly 4-ish miles back, the same route that we took to get to the parking lot. So I don't know, I'm guessing between 6 and 8 miles I've already had to hike to this parking lot and then back to Ramona Falls. And it's already after 4 p.m. so the day is shot. We really needed to do 12.5 today. The nearest campground that's showing on the map is 8.3. So I am trying to crush 8.3 miles in the next 3 hours, which is going to be a little tough trying to film, because I want to film because I haven't seen this part of the trail yet, and for those of you not familiar, you probably haven't either. So I want to film, which slows me down, but at the same time we're kind of at a safety issue where, because there are cats and potentially black bear, I really just want to get to camp. I do not want to night hike this trail at all, because there's really steep cliffs. This is probably not the trail to be night hiking. I don't do well in night hikes anyway, but this is probably not the safest one to do that. So I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to film, just because I really got to hike. I got to go. So it's kind of, I don't know, probably see in the background the trees moving sort of fast, and the camera's not as steady, even though it's always shaky, but not as steady as normal, because I'm trying to go. So haven't eaten lunch. I just hit a couple of bars and some energy chews, a couple liters of water. I was sweating my ass off coming back from that parking lot. I lost a lot of water from that. That's the most that I was soaked. So I don't know, we'll see, but it's been good so far. It sucks that he had to bail. It's kind of our bro kind of hangout, so I gotta try to stick to this schedule as much as possible. Tomorrow I'll have to crush more miles, so I can kind of stay on schedule for the last day, and ideally still kind of do our little celebratory brunch at the Timberline Lodge. So as long as I can get to camp tonight, which will be 4 miles short of where I want it to be, and then make up lost time leaving super early tomorrow morning and just hike all day, 12 hours, then I should be on par for what I wanted to do the last day, because the last day is supposed to suck. So we'll have to make up more time tomorrow, but whatever. Anyway, you know me, crushing miles. Here we go. I'm beat. All right, well, let me fill you guys in. So obviously we had JK had to bail. I ended up coming back, kind of crushed some decent miles coming back from the parking lot, made it back to Ramona Falls, and started hiking, and the trail splits. Read the sign wrong, like a moron, because I'm in a hurry now, and I'm panicked because I have to crush 8.3 miles to get to the nearest campsite, and I'm not paying attention. I'm not looking at the Far Out app, so I just went. So then I recorded the part explaining to you guys about what happened with JK, And I ended up going 1.5 miles down the trail. After I was done recording, I looked at the Far Out app just to see, like, I felt like I was kind of crushing some miles. You know, I was at a pretty good pace. You know, and I'm like 1.5 miles off trail on some other random trail. So I'm like, God damn it. I'm looking at the time, it's already 5 o'clock. So it's like I've just wasted all this time now. The whole day, it's fucked, obviously. And I, you know, now I'm in a position where I'm like, shit, I need to think about my safety. There's no way I'm gonna crush that. Still carrying the weight with the camera gear and shit. You know, maybe if I dropped those 8 pounds, I might have been all right. Probably would have had like a 25-pound bag. And I'm still heavy with the camera gear and stuff. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll go back to where we camped last night. You know, I don't know what else to do. The part of the trail that I was on, because it's not part of the Timberline trail, and that's the trail I paid for, I can't see any waypoints that are on that trail. So I can't see if there's a campsite, you know, 3 miles up ahead or any of that. I cannot get any of my other apps to work because there's no service. So, you know, and even on the Far Out app, I'm using the offline version because I have no service. So I can't even purchase the trail that I'm currently on. So anyway, so I get back and I find out that there is, I figure out where I gotta go. I'm like, okay, up this trail. And there's a yellow tag sign that it's temporarily closed because of downed trees and landslides. So I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now. So, I don't know. It said, you know, there's a detour at a different trail. I don't know if that's on the trail that I was walking originally in the wrong direction. If there's signage further up that detours you back. I do know that from looking at that off trail that I was on, so it goes away from the mountain, looks like a lot of decline, which should be fine, should be able to crush some speed there. It almost looks like a loop, and it cuts back with the Timberline, so that part I know. So I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit better about that. But I don't know where, when it cuts back, I don't know if that's closed, where I would end up catching the Timberline again. And if that's the case, I don't know what the fuck to do. So, you know, I mean, this is a grueling trail to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy. And there are serious fucking dangers. That's why, like, you know, JK was pretty gutted that he had to bail, and like he kind of felt like he was letting me down. He really wanted to do the trail. You know, and it was just like safety first. You know what I mean? Like, over stupid miles. You know, yeah, this is cool, man, and it's like, yeah, that cool bucket list, and, you know, chalk it off the list. But when it comes to your safety, regardless of, you know, whatever activity you're doing, safety is always the #1 priority. And we, you know, we had gone through, you know, prior to leaving, you know, we went through like some safety things. Like I was, you know, sketched about that Sandy River. And you guys saw, you know, in the last video, I was super hesitant. And like you saw me kind of go, and then I stopped again. That river skeeved me out. That section of, you know, the trail where like we were on that cliff, and it was, you know, like 10 inches wide. You know, honestly, I braved that out for the camera. You know, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I braved that out for the camera so you guys could see that view. But I was super, super sketched out by that. I did not like that. I was very uncomfortable with that shit. And, you know, and then seeing JK with what he was going through, I was like, man, you know, and we talked about that. We talked about altitude sickness, you know, like if you're feeling some kind of way, like either one of us, like you gotta tell the other person. You have to. Don't try to fucking gut through it and you end up falling out. So, you know, we went through all these different areas that, you know, of the trail that seemed a little sketchy, and some safety stuff. Looking out for each other, taking breaks when somebody needs to take a break, you know? So, you know, and coming back from the parking lot with all that sun exposure, you know, even going to the parking lot, like I was soaked, and I didn't sweat like that yesterday. But coming back from the parking lot, you know, I was soaked again, and like wearing my hat, like there was dripping sweat from the bill, like the whole hat was just soaked. This thing, you know, I ended up having to put this on. This thing's soaked, but yeah, and I was like chugging water. So I was like, man, fuck. And my breathing, like yesterday I was breathing fine. Coming back from the parking lot, back to Ramona, I was like, I was breathing all fucking crazy, and like I kind of got a little nervous that, like, shit, am I like getting altitude sickness now? Like, because we were going all downhill to the parking lot, and now I have to do this massive fucking incline coming back to where we started at. So I got a little nervous there. But yeah, I mean, you know, I took a decent break at Ramona, because I'd already just hiked, you know, essentially 8 miles. So I'm like, okay, you know, and our goal was 12.5 today. So if we were actually hiking, we would have only had, you know, 4 or 5 miles to go. You know, the day would have been like, you know, half over. So, you know, and we probably could have pushed it. We could have made it. And by the time I did the extra 1.5 miles down the wrong trail, which I'm going to end up now having to go do again tomorrow, and then the 1.5 miles back, that was 3 miles, and I'm just like, you know, it was already nearing 6 o'clock, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to crush 8.3, 8.6 in, you know, an hour and a half. It's just not, it's unrealistic for me. You know, I can't do that. Not with that much weight that's on me, with that camera gear. You know, there's no way. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, it sucks. It sucks JK had to bail. You know, this was kind of supposed to be like, just, you know, our kind of like bro time, fucking hanging out. So, you know, it sucks he's not going to be with me till the end of this. It sucks that now I'm kind of alone on this trail, so I'm a little bit more skeeved about some of the animals. You know, I mean, there's a lot, and then it's like, today is like a very valuable lesson of fucking safety, you know. The early part of the day we had to think about his safety, and then this kind of latter part I now had to be concerned with my own. So just knowing my body and like the weight of the bag that I'm still carrying, there's no way I could have crushed that much miles. So, and that sucks because, you know, we had it planned out doing the 9.6 the first day, try to push 12.5 today, and then another 12 tomorrow. And, you know, because that last day we're really trying to cut that mileage down to basically get off this mountain, like be at Timberline Lodge by 12 so we can hit brunch, and be off the mountain by 2, you know, and still have the whole rest of the afternoon and evening to fucking hang out and, you know, whatever. And now I'm fucking 10 miles into my trip of 41.5 miles, and I only have a day and a half to do fucking 31 miles. So that means, you know, I'm really gonna have to crush 25 fucking miles tomorrow, and I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that. You know, otherwise, you know, I gotta hit at least 15 tomorrow, at least, maybe 18. And then that last day, I'm not making it to the lodge by 12. So we'll end up having to do dinner. So I don't know. So it's very up in the air right now, and it's really going to determine doing this trail that I was already goddamn on, doing that, and basically taking that loop and meeting back up with the Timberline and praying to God that that's open so that I can continue on. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do, because I don't know. I'm not from here. I don't know what fucking trails connect, and I'm not getting lost out here and not having maps to see waypoints and water and all of that shit. I can only see the trail. I can't see any waypoints, and without the service trying to even be able to purchase that trail, you know. So I'm gonna tell you, these horseflies that are out here suck. These are horrible. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's I just went down back to the falls. I've seen the Ramona Falls 47 times already today. So I just went down there, filled up 4 liters of water in the water cell, and then I have the 2 1-liter water bottles. So that's obviously way more water than I need right now, but I'm gonna cook up dinner. I may even have a snack, maybe cook up another meal later, you know, while it's dark, I don't know, or just cook up the one meal and start smashing some of the granola that I made, trail mix, because that's heavy. The bugs suck in this spot. See, I keep touching my face. I'm like, there's bugs crawling on me. But yeah, try to lighten the load a little bit just in food. Tomorrow morning, you know, crush a breakfast. I brought 2, like, a summer sausage and then this spicy finocchiona. And just to shed weight, I ended up giving him the summer sausage. So I shed at least 6 pounds out of my bag with all the shit that I just gave him. And just stuff where I'm like, you know what, I don't even care, just take it. Like, I'll be fine without it. But I saved the finocchiona, so I might snack on that a little bit tonight. Maybe snack on that while I'm hiking. I don't know how much filming I'm going to be able to do tomorrow, just because I really have to crush. I have to crush miles. And, you know, the point of the video is to film the fucking Timberline trail, not some random fucking trail. But, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's part of the adventure, right? So, I don't know. We'll see how much I film. We'll see what happens. It's kind of unknown right now, so. But yeah, whatever. I'm gonna cook up food, so I'll see you guys whenever I turn the camera back on. Peace.